The name of my boat is the Nude, which my crew, whose name is Lisa McMillan, she named. She said I could have a new boat if she could choose the name. We get a lot of fun out of it when you go to a country regatta somewhere where they're not used to, and the person reading the results says, you know, second place, Richie Reynolds, Lisa McMillan sailing in the Nude, and then they pause and think, what have I just said? The boat feels good. Yeah, we used a new mainsail yesterday, which is the first time we've had it out, and Lisa and I were some of the lightweights amongst the crews here, and this new sail is, although it's a bit bigger in overall shape, it's quite a lot flatter, and in the stronger wind yesterday we weren't flapping as much as we often do, so it felt pretty good.
Earl and I have only been together this season. My crew from last year I was hoping to come up, wasn't available, so I had a bit of an emergency run around, and Earl was good enough to put his hand up. So it's Earl's first season in a B14. It's my 13th or 14th season in a B14. The boat's probably in as good a nick as it's ever been. The sails are a couple of years old, but I only use them for nationals, so they're in fairly good nick. So we're hoping to do all right. I'd be happy to be second or third of the Tassie boats.
Welcome back to day 2 of racing at the B14 national titles. We're on water, seeing a start in a light southwesterly breeze. The light southwesterly breeze today made it incredibly difficult for race officer Tom Bain to get a start underway, and running off a rather short start line, the first 2 starts saw general recalls with at least half the fleet being over the start. Third start of the day into the southwesterly saw a clean start with a lengthened line, and the race proceeded through the first lap. Unfortunately, at this point in time we saw a massive shift to the south with a shift of over 70 degrees. Race officer Tom Bain saw no option but to abandon the race and sit it out and wait for the sea breeze to fill in. With a filling sea breeze with a little bit of east in it, the resailed race 1 got underway in 8 to 10 knots of breeze, filling through to 12 to 14 during the race. Current world champion Guy Bancroft was over early and was forced to return to start.
Good start.
In ideal conditions for their light crew weight, Richie and Lisa sailing in the Nude managed to round the first mark clear leaders, but hot on their heels was local boy Nick Darlow sailing on his home waters. Sailing downwind in the first true sea breeze of the regatta, it was fantastic sailing conditions for these B14 skiffs. All boats hoisted spinnakers with a fantastic run down to the first gate. Up front of the fleet at the first bottom gate, the Nude, Nick Darlow and Guy Bancroft were all fighting it out for the lead. The Nude rounding just in front of the other 2, and Bancroft having to bear away and power up and try and get through them up the next beat. Sailing well in the mid-fleet was Bondi Tram, hot on the heels of Adrian Beswick. Unfortunately at this stage, Chris and Rani Dabner were well back in the fleet. Second beat and subsequent run saw a fantastic comeback by Chris and Rani, and they gained some 4 places on that beat. Unfortunately at this stage the Bondi Tram also dropped back a corresponding 4 places. Top mark for the last time saw Ross Daly round very close in front of Kelvin Boyle. Kelvin Boyle, thinking about trying to get past him, went for a rapid jibe set and unfortunately ran into the side of Ross Daly, forcing him to return to shore with hull damage.
So we wanted to do a jibe before we actually set our kite, and I was watching Ross and I thought Ross was going to do a set and he was clear, and so when we jibed, my head's pretty much in the boat, not so much out where it should be, and next minute bang.
Coming down to finish for the final leg, 1 more for the bone. Guy Bancroft lead clearly in front of the Nude, followed by Nick Darlow and Michael McDonald and Siren.
Yeah, good. That's probably our optimum conditions.
Yeah. Started a fair way back there, turned the first buoy pretty late.
Yeah, bad start.
How'd you come back from there?
Slowly.
Fourth place over the line was Mark Lanson and Paul O'Connor in Blow and Seal, and Ross Daly, after his coming together at the top mark, finished 5th in early warning. Chris Wells and Rani Dabner, sailing Epic, had a fantastic comeback to finish 8th, followed closely by Orica Blush, Jeff Walsh and Otto Young. Yellowbone sailed a great race today following the repair of their mast, finishing 10th. Steve Mitchell and Adrienne sailed fantastically well in Bondi Tram. Steve Miller and Earl Westbury, unfortunately in sailing Phantom downwind, had a very unlucky capsize with the spinnaker up. This resulted in them finishing in 12th overall.
We had a really good start in the first race, and we were in the top handful of boats around the top mark. And then we had a bit of issue. We were alongside Ross Daly, and we couldn't actually get the kite up properly, and we ended up capsizing, long story short. And by the time we got the boat up, we were dead last. It was only a 2-lap race, so we managed to pass one boat only, nearly past the second one, so we were second last in that race.